Hello everyone, Luke for Smith here. Welcome to another quickie reading. Today it is Saturday the 6th of March 2021. Calling this a bit late, but it'll be uploaded straight away. Hopefully no editing involved. This is of Chris Clan's half brother, Smithey. However, before I start on this reading, I forgot to give a lowdown of February 2021 in a abridged version of Chris Clan. I forgot to do this last Saturday, so let me do it now. February 2021. February was the second month of 2021. No shit. Highlights on the 4th of February. At Null's request, Chris poses for a photo to be used in a silver coin design for the Kiwi Farms merch run, and this is a run there. We'll have a look at that later. Actually, let's have a look at that now. This is the photo that Chris posed for as. Okay, you've read enough of that. Also on the 4th, at Vaughn's interlude, a set of messages between the Watchman and Chris is released, giving context to Larry Vaughn's manipulation of Chris, and we actually covered that last month, I believe. Yeah, we did. I remember that. On the 5th of February, Chris plans to use a taser to stun his magic stones as an attempt to activate the dimensional merge. I don't think anyone knows the outcome of that. Like, did he really go ahead with it or what? Because he was like manipulated into doing it by the Prager. I'm not quite sure the actual name. On the 8th of February, the taser discussion audio file was leaked by a Watchman. Unfortunately I didn't cover that. I was going to, but I actually forgot, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be covering that in future videos. On the 13th of February, Thinking with Portals, a set of messages between the Watchman, Chris and a Praetor, is released. In it, the parties argued over the taser situation, and Chris described more of his delusional daydreams on his magical origin story and dimensional merge lore. On the 20th of February, Chris is visited by some fans. This is a really recent one. I didn't know about this. Yeah, I really did not know about this at all. I did not know about this. Hey, is this little gazebo thing actually in use? This is an actual video. Yeah, it's a short one. It's unlisted. Yeah, I really did not know about that. That was on the Kiwi Farms, by the way. So that is new to me. I did not know that. On the 24th of February, Chris turns 39. Yeah, so it was his birthday last month. I did do a video on it. That was like the last quickie reading I did on last month. On the 25th of February, a teaser. Is that taser or teaser? No, that's teaser. And other information about My Little Pony Gen 5 is released. Yeah, it is a teaser. Okay. Chris briefly continues his Sonicu roleplay in response, opposing the news, and then stops the roleplay and assumes identifying as Chris again to warn that the dimensional merge is ongoing, and doubles down on opposing the new My Little Pony iteration. So yeah, if you didn't know, Gen 5 of My Little Pony is going to be starring CGI characters, and it looks fucking weird. So anyway, let's actually get into the main portion of this video. Smithey, starting off with two quotes. Let me know when that fuck Bob finally drops, and that was Cole. And I do not regret giving birth to Cole, and that was Barbara Chandler. Joseph Cole Smithey, born the 24th of July 1963, is Chris's half-brother, Barbara's first son and lone living escapee from the CWCki Chandler. Despite sharing chromosomes with Chris and being raised by the same horrible mother, Cole leads a relatively normal life. Cole's emails to Chris reveal a lot of information about the Chandler family. This is pretty short. Some of the paragraphs are pretty long though, so what we're going to do, going to read up on some information. I do know who Cole Smithey is. He's a movie reviewer, and he didn't like Toy Story 3. So name, Joseph Cole Smithey, also known as the smartest film critic in the world, Joe Cool and Coleslaw. Date of birth 24th of July 1963. He is 57. Gender male, American, white. Spouse Catherine, 2013 to present day. Father Van Coleman Yeats, alleged biological father. Jack Dale Smithey, biological father as claimed by Barb. And Gary Harmon, stepfather. Robert Chandler, stepfather. Mother is Barbara Chandler. Siblings Chris and Weston Chandler. Can you imagine having Chris Chandler as a sibling? God. Occupations: film critic and musician. So, life. Cole grew up in Richmond, Virginia, near Virginia's Commonwealth University and West Avenue. As a child, Cole claimed to have been physically and mentally abused by Barbara and his stepfather, Gary Harmon, with punishments such as arse beatings, cold showers, and bizarre scenarios. Barbara insists that Cole's biological father was Jack Dale Smithey, to whom she claimed she was married, but the records show she wasn't. Cole believes his biological father can be to be Van Coleman Yeats, who was introduced as a friend of the family and visited Cole when Cole was a child. Barb married Van on the 17th of June 1961, and they were legally separated on the 28th of April 1962. That didn't last long one bit. She formally divorced him on the 15th of May of the following year. Cole was born 2 months later. And here we have information: the marriage license, the divorce, and the family tree. This was his actual father, biological father, Van Coleman Yeats, from the year 1961 Wake Forest Yearbook. Notice the physical similarity. He does a lot like him, to be fair, so that's definitely the father. He even has the glasses. In his article, Saturday Night Special, Cole recounts his coming to age. This includes a particular event where Barbara fires a loaded gun at a steel door to warn off a burglar, the resulting ricochet of which almost striking young Cole in the head. These events have obviously had a lasting impression on him. It is also suggested that he collected comics as a hobby and a big fan of Kiss. Well, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with collecting comics. Move to California. Cole left home for California, attended San Diego State University from 1981 to 84, and earned degrees in dramatic art and music. He also attended Hartnell College and San Francisco City College and took similar classes. While at college, he became the drummer for a Poway, California punk rock band called the Rockin' Dogs. This band lasted from 1981 to 85. By 1994, still in San Francisco, Cole was doing shows as Cold-Blooded. He had apparently shifted to guitar, so he had a decent start in his life, all the middle bit. It's actually quite good. He's been going places for colleges and learning stuff. That's a lot more than Chris did. Present got a quote here. As the story goes, human boy Andy, voiced by John Morris, is off to college and must finally put away childish things, something most boys do before junior high. Talk about arrested development. This kid isn't getting any dates, and that was Cole in his infamous Toy Story 3 review, quite clearly seeing Chris in Andy. Present. This is Cole currently lives in Manhattan and is a film critic who featured on Rotten Tomatoes. He was mentioned once in Time magazine for being one of the few critics to give a negative review to Toy Story 3. I wonder what he thought of Toy Story 4. Resulting in many Pixar fans crying out in disgust that a movie franchise that looked to be the only one with purely 100% ratings on Rotten Tomatoes was ruined by him and Almond White. Several years later, in an interview with Arthur Spatchcock, Chris stated that he disagreed with his brother's review, even though he hadn't seen the film. Cole occasionally hosts eBay auctions for the winning bidder to spend the night with him, drinking craft beer at his wife's bar and talking about film. Isn't that sort of thing illegal and against eBay terms to actually go around buy to earn to win a bid to go to a person's house? Isn't that kind of illegal? I don't know. I ain't used eBay in such a long time. Proving that despite one half brother being a wannabe pretentious hipster douchebag and the other being a retarded man-child, they both shared the same ego. That's quite true. Billing himself as the smartest critic in the world, it's a bit big-headed, isn't it? A title that the late esteemed film critic Roger Ebert once mocked. Cole regularly posts his reviews to YouTube, but his videos have hilariously low view counts, rarely more than a few hundred per video, and sometimes not even more than a few dozen, which is weird because if he's meant to be a so-called popular reviewer, then he should have more views and more subscribers, but I don't know. Even on reviews of well-known films, whatever the reason, this means that ironically the various videos Chris posted to YouTube over the years have literally many thousands of times more popular than those of his theoretically more successful brother. It probably doesn't help matters that Cole Smith's videos have rather low production values and negative reviews of well-received films like Toy Story 3 and Lady Bird, which we will get to. I don't know what Lady Bird is. On a side note, he also considers Freddy Got Fingered, a film often considered to be either so bad it's good or one of the worst films of all times, to be a classic cinema. I've got another quote. Wild Strawberries is a vermically abundant film that fluidly condenses a lifetime's worth of experience into cinematic fragments under Bergman's complex construction of aspect colors, or colorarities, really. An example of Cole Smith's obsession with big words. Yeah, no wonder I can't bloody pronounce them. By March 2007, Cole was in a relationship with a woman named Catherine, or not her. No, not her. It is most likely the same Catherine he married in March 2013. Given Cole mentioned an earlier wedding during his correspondence with Chris, it appears that Catherine is his second wife, unless the wedding in 2013 what was actually a renewal of vows. According to an article written by his friend, syndicated cartoonist Ted Rowell, Cole once came close to death from neuroexciting after an ER nurse made a misdiagnosis, and believes that 2016 presidential candidate Bernie Sanders' rides can be attributed to the failure of propaganda. Cole has co-hosted a free weekly podcast called LA Grande Buffet, The Big Feast, since the 23rd of April 2016. In December 2017, Cole repeated his Toy Story trick by being the first critic to give Lady Bird a negative review, ruining its perfect 100% Rotten Tomatoes score from 196 previous reviewers. Cole added fuel to the firestorm of criticism he received by admitting to spoiling the film's score on purpose. Let me just have a little look. What is it? I don't know. No, doesn't ring any bells, to be fair. On the 30th of September 2020, oh god, this is really recent, Cole allegedly sent flowers, yeah, I know about this again, sent flowers to Barb for her 79th birthday. Many people believe, however, that this isn't actually Cole but a ween pretending to be him. After the flowers were received, Chris made a video showing Barb's gratitude for the flowers and claiming that in Dimension C197, Cole and Iron Man hung out a lot, and that he'll get to meet Batman in New Jersey when the dimensional merge happens. Okay then, more delusion from Chris there. Any more? Yeah, I've already done that. Okay, cool. Relationship with Barbara and Bob. Let me just check my thing right here, see if it's still recording, which it is. That's good. Cole was not on good terms with Barbara and Bob, or Bob and Barbara, whatever way you want to say it. According to Cole, Bob worked on his bitter influence on Barbara to separate her from Cole. He has never met a meaner or more reprehensive Republican cur like Bob Chandler. In multiple emails to Chris, Cole asked to be informed when Bob dies so he can celebrate. I wonder if he actually knew. I suppose he did. Cole claims that Barbara lied about the identity of Cole's biological father. Cole hired a private detective to find evidence contradicting her claims. It turns out that Barbara was never married to Jack Dale Smithey, Cole's alleged father, but rather to Van Coleman Yates. In a leaked email sent to Jackie on the 14th of May 2011, Chris wrote that Cole had mental problems since he hit his head on a bus, and it was likely taken out heavily on our mother. Alright, that was actually a quote from him. Some argue the story could be a lie, Barbara told Chris to explain to Cole's bitterness towards them, while making the issue that actually caused it. Barbara visited Cole only once in 27 years, whereas Cole has made special effort to visit her several times. Cole's wife's family treats him more like family than his own. Chris has complained that Cole is ignoring Barb's attempts to get in touch with him. It would seem that Cole has left his mother due to her own devices. I got some pictures here. A likely sum up. Yep, yeah, pretty much. And this is of a family picture right here of Chris's 18th birthday. He looks like a murderer. Cole does in this one. I really don't know why. He looks like that Lucas Baker from Resident Evil 7. The same thing. Reaction to Bob's death. Let me know when that Fuck Bob finally drops. Cole Smithey 3 years prior. Shortly after Bob's death on the 6th of September 2011, a troll on 789 Clan contacted Cole using the phone number he provided in his leaked emails. In spite of his vitriol towards Bob 3 years prior, he was apparently quite broken up by the news. While Cole was certainly upset at Bob, his reaction to Bob's death shows that he ultimately did sympathise with him. While no audio of this call has ever been released, its existence is confirmed by those who browse the board all the time. Well, I think that's actually truthful, to be fair, because like you say all these silly things, but when they actually do happen, you do feel really fucking bad for it. So let's get on with relationship with Chris. This is a massive thing right here. Ironically, for much of his life, Cole has actually gotten along much better with Chris than either Bob and Barb, and possibly better than any of his other direct relatives. Then again, when you don't actually know who your parental relatives are, you'll have to take what you can get. Cole was not around when Chris was growing up, being 19 years older. He was in California making a life for himself. At least he actually got out there. At least he actually got exploring and making something out of himself back then. So that's actually quite good. Unlike Chris, who just sits in his swampy room all the time. Cole said that Barbara and Bob neglected Chris for years with the abusive babysitter, which suggests that he believes in that Chris's muteness in early life was their fault. When he was eventually able to speak again around the age of 7, Chris was sent to visit Cole in California, 1989, according to Barb. This was the only time Chris has been on an airplane, the only time he has been to the west coast of the United States, and one of the few times he has left Virginia. For New Year's Day 1998, Chris gave Cole a Lego bandstand and wished him a rockin' new year. However, in 1999, on the Spanish exercise, Chris described Cole Libidral as "my viewer very ugly," suggesting revelations had stains, probably because of Barb, although he may have also referred to the aspects of the actual Pokemon species. Nevertheless, Cole visited Chris for his 18th birthday in 2000, that's the picture we saw, Later in the same year, for Cole's 37th birthday, Chris made him a CD for Cole Smithey. Naturally, the present had little to do with Cole and everything to do with Chris, featuring a picture of Chris on the cover. The last time they set eyes on each other was around 2005 at a family Christmas party. In July 2007, Chris sent an email asking for Cole to vote in the Parappa contest. In return, Cole asked Chris to find out the truth about his father from Barbara. Timing of this request was probably not a coincidence, as Van Coleman Yeats had died a month prior. Chris did ask his mother about it, but she maintained her version of the story. Chris was more interested in the Parappa contest than his brother's plight, showing just how much self-absorbed he truly is. Although in Chris's defence, getting involved in the awkward quarrel about parenting is a pretty odd price for a simple upvote on a video. This resulted in Cole becoming even more bitter towards both Chris and Barbara. Suffice to say, Cole did not vote for Chris. To this day, these remain the last known communications between the half-brothers, as Cole probably distanced himself even further from Chris, since only a couple of months later the gameplay's photograph was posted on 4chan, thus beginning Chris's infamy on the internet. In recent years, Chris has made numerous efforts to get in touch with Cole, to no avail. In October 2013, he told his friend Rebecca, spelt weird, "I have no confirmed or direct contact with him in New York." I think that's New York. He doesn't respond to my email, Twitter feed, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Neither. So I am unable to reach him at all. On the 22nd of June 2013, Chris attempted to contact Cole via video. He recorded a message directed to John Kyle, Cole's brother-in-law, who sang at his wedding. Chris expressed anger at Cole for not inviting him and Barb to his wedding. In the same month, Chris tried to communicate with Cole on Twitter, basically telling him to come back home so he could dump his familial responsibilities on him and go to his sweetheart and go on his sweetheart search. So in other words, Chris wanted to go and look for a girlfriend while Cole looked after his mother for him. Okay, I highly doubt that actually would happen. He also suggested that Cole had some mental/physical problems of his own, even talking down to him at one point, right before activating the playing for sympathy card, eliminating his time in jail. In August 2015, Chris tried yet again to reach out to Cole, this time through Facebook, hoping that a flurry of hashtags would work their magic. Guess what? It doesn't. In November 2015, he returned to YouTube with a video depiction of a battle in which Chris and his allies face off against Cole, his other stepbrother and his stepsister in Smash Bros. Our mother is still alive, and I really want you to make amends and get close once again to her, and get close once again to her before her time runs out, he wrote in the description. The following day, he arranged a similar fight along his amiibo figurines and angrily accused Cole of being possessed by the spirit of Count Graduon. He posted an image of his Cole amiibo on Facebook. In the spat of postings, Chris attempted to appear concerned about Cole not being around for their mother's twilight years, thinly veiling his real concerns. Cole has two explanations for his falling out with his half-brother, both fed to him by Barb. First, Cole has been entirely misled by Barb's character of lies to her family members, of other family members. She is the opposite of what hate and filled Cole's head with, Chris asserts. Secondly, Cole's mental problems caused by his childhood injury means that he has taken it out heavily on his mother. Lord knows what else is going through his head. Chris has concluded, demonstrating more than anything else, Cole is almost entirely unknown to Chris. For the most part, the main trait Chris seems to be aware of regarding his half-brother is that he had a career and makes a living. This in traditional Chris fashion means opportunity, and progressively his attempts to reach out have more and more focus on Cole financially supporting Chris and Barb, returning Chris to the idyllic balance he enjoyed with Barb as the responsible man of the house. So in other words, he wanted his money as well. That was like the main thing, I bet. In June 2016, Chris posted a Facebook rant about Cole, alleging that he and his wife spend $2,000 a month on rent for an apartment in Carnegie Hall. Even though renting an apartment near Carnegie Hall can easily cost twice as much. This lack of research didn't stop Chris from depicting his half-brother as having money to piss and burn, while stimulously begging him for money. In May 2017, Chris mocked Cole on Twitter, stating, "Oh my gosh, my half-brother is suddenly begging for money now." Cole was asking his fans to pledge to him on Patreon. That's not really begging, that's just like seeing if people's interested in supporting you, suggesting that he has also hit rock bottom. That is not the case for Patreon users, because like YouTube doesn't really like make things financially stable anymore, because they demonetize everyone. Patreon is something to fall back on, and like if you got a big fan base, then yeah, go on to Patreon and like ask for like monetary donations in exchange for like early access stuff and artwork and whatever. But it's not really a begging site. You don't go there to beg with Patreon. As if people want to support you on there. Where the hell was I? Chris said he would pledge to him, but still hasn't apologised or made up with Barb. Ironically, the screen caps obtained from Nightstar by the man in the pickle suit, Chris would accidentally reveal the fact that indeed he tried to pledge to Cole, but Cole since has blocked him, making it clear once again that he really wanted nothing to do with his old life. To be fair, that's actually good. If you got like a really terrible family and like a really fucking horrible life, you want to move on from that. You don't want to like keep with the toxicness. Like you got to move on most of the time. In December 2017, Chris wanted to drive to New York to confront Cole. He tried to channel his sonically powered chronicle up Cole's address, but was unsuccessful and did not attempt to make the trip. On the 30th of September 2020, Barb received a bouquet of flowers for her birthday. Yeah. Obstinately from Cole, even though it's more likely from Irene. Chris, while role-playing sonically, recorded a video of Bob thanking Cole before turning the camera back to himself and informing Cole that the Cole had been hanging out with various superheroes from Marvel and DC, and encouraging Cole to get back in contact with Chris via his publicly available cell phone number. That was like the recent thing that mentions Cole. Offering Cole stuff for sale. See also selling vintage comic books, Cole Smithey's comic books, and more of Cole's things for sale. So not only was he selling his dead father's collectible items, but he wanted to sell his half brother's collectible items as well, which is a pretty shitty thing to do. Chris began offering pieces of Cole's belongings for sale on eBay in March 2018. Well, that was a bloody short one, wasn't it? Okay, last bit. Cole in the comics. Throughout the original run of Sonically, Cole was only referenced in the Wikipedia profile for Rosiku as Professor Cole, assumed to be a version of Cole Smithey, listed as the one who gave Kel the Piku, who would become Rosiku. Chris later marketed a custom amiibo depicting Cole as a girl cop, seemingly foreshadowing his presence as a villain in the Quickville universe. It is not clear for several years whenever the original Professor Cole character was still canon. Don't think it was. Well, to be fair, if it's a part of the comic, then it's probably canon to Chris, and it's probably part of the Dimensional Merge. Cole finally appears in Sonically 12 as indeed a girl cop, brainwashed by Count Graglon. Rendick something uses Cole to distract Chris with family in order to get the drop on him. He is bizarrely depicted as a grey-haired, mustached old man with a trilby. Comic Chris immediately identifies him as his brother, despite Cole never appearing in the comic before. Made all the more confusing by the same battle also featuring Chris's imaginary sister and evil twin. In 2019, Chris confirmed that Cole was the Pokemon Professor during 2003, but stated methods and ideals were varied, and his work was faltering by 2005, leading to the demolition in favour of a smoking hot graduate whose body Chris describes in vivid detail. A year later, he quit. I'm guessing it's quit, and moved to New York to become a full-time movie reviewer. Let me have a look at these things that I didn't see before. This is depicted burning his money instead of giving it to Chris. This is what Chris thinks Cole is doing, is burning his big bucks and not giving it to Chris when he's clearly not. This is the two on Chris's 18th birthday. Is another picture on there. Right there, at least they're smiling. He's like hunched over, looking awkward. And this is the Smash Bros battle featuring the lads and whatever. I really don't care. Okay, we've got a gallery before we shut this off. Okay, we're doing alright, I suppose. So Chris's gift to Cole right here. Yeah. A CD for Cole Smithey, and it's got Chris on the front cover, and it's got like a friendship bracelet there. If Barbara had any involvement in the CD, we'll have a look at that. This CD contains a variety of songs from many of my CDs. There is a variety of today's rock, yesterday's jazzy tunes, and some game hits, and a song in Spanish. Because who the hell wouldn't want that? In the first track, I make like a DJ for my own radio station, CWCki, during which I talk a bit about my big bro in New York, J. Cole Smithey. He turns 37 on the 7th of July 24th, 2000. Anyways, I hope that my big bro will enjoy the tunes that are on the CD, and our mum and I wish him the best in the future. And that was Kristen Weston Chandler and Barbara Chandler there. Yeah, I bet you Barbara didn't have anything to do with that. Cole playing the drums. Okay, not a very good photograph. A postcard Cole sent to Barbara in 1994. I've got that one. And Cole as a jerk off. That last one we already had a look at. Cole as a jerk off right there. This is the Cold Blooded at Troublaba, California, Saturday. Okay, special guest Brian Douglas. I just can't quit. I just pump and pump till all there is. Graham Parker, 1977. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but I'm worth 1,000,000 in prizes. Hope all is well. I'll be doing 21 songs, song covers and kisses, hugs and kisses. I can't. And that's her address, old address. Everyone knows the address. Alright, that was the quickie reading on Cole Smithey. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video.